This is Charleroi. We are in Wallonia, the southwestern part of Belgium. The river, La Sambre, has always played an important role for the city, as well as the factories that have placed Charleroi on the map and made it into what it is today. The Sambre generated the city. It crosses from west to east, passing through the lands of Wallonia. In the 17th century, it was a strategic stronghold because of its elevation over the surrounding area. That's why the Spanish decided to settle in here 1666 by building a fortress in the name of King Charles II. Today, Place Charles II still follows the footprint of the original fortress. It had an hexagonal shape, following the ideal city of the Renaissance, and offered an excellent overview on the valley. For decades, the city passed from hand to hand between the Spanish and the French. With the first Industrial Revolution, the city changed its form, colors, and sounds. The mining sector rapidly took advantage of the rich soil of the area. Metallurgy and glass production followed 50 years later, thanks to the new canal connecting the city to Brussels. This led the city to become a metropolis. Spoil heaps are a witness of the industrial part of Charleroi. A spoil heap is a pile, result of the waste created by the mining industry. Over the decades, nature took over, turning these waste heaps soils into green hills. The hills became part of the landscape and image of the region recently. Some are still visible and are aligned with the heritage of the city, thanks to the initiatives by the residents. The decline of Charleroi began in the 50s. Because of the industrial underdevelopment, the deficiency of the tertiary sector, and the progressive replacement of the use of coal with oil. This economic crisis has deeply affected Charleroi because of the lack of diverse industries. In 30 years, most of the mines were closed. The last one stopped working in 1984. After the economic decline, people started leaving the city to invest elsewhere for a better lifestyle. They moved mostly from the south and the center of Charleroi. This flow of people moving in and out had an impact on the urban fabric. Different typologies were created to adapt to people's needs at that time. The revival of the city is marked by different urban landmarks. The development of the Brussels South Airport contributed to the economic revival of the city. At the beginning of the 90s, the first policies of classification and conservation of remarkable buildings began after a period of destruction of the heritage. The ring is what catches your attention the most as soon as you get in Charleroi. It was built to facilitate urban circulation. It surrounds the city center and has direct connection to the national highway system. Just like the ring, the metro line service is oversized for the dimension of the city. Some of that preserved heritage is even protected by UNESCO. In 2013, the position of Charleroi Burmester was created. This had the role of structuring the future revisions of the projects and the city. Projects like the Phoenix project that links the Ville Basse with Ville Haute, the shopping mall La Rive Gauche in the city center, and the Charleroi District Center project try to revitalize Charleroi. Many projects are already being regenerated in the center of Charleroi, but it is only a fraction of the larger 180-hectare land. You can see that most of the unused spaces is scattered all over Charleroi. For the real regeneration of Charleroi, the following important questions need to be answered. How will those small regeneration projects affect people living in Charleroi? The people living in Charleroi welcome the change? What connections should we have with the Charleroi neighbors in those small projects?